100% right, but let's go to King and come right back to him. Let's go to Elegant real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Are women more masculine today or are men more soft? I think it's a combination of both because uh, the whole thing about femininity and masculinity, I don't know what each interpretation of it, so I can't really answer because what do you guys think is a masculine woman? Everybody has a different answer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think a lot of these men think a masculine woman is somebody they can't control, somebody that has their own mind, has their own money, somebody,
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Julian SeaWorld. This is a meditation universe. We're all taking the deepest breath of the day. We're letting it go, and we're saying, I am a flower. Say it with me now, everybody. I am a flower.
I am a flower.
I am a flower. Now take the second deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let it go and say, I'm fresh. That's your room refresh, everybody. I am fresh. Say it out loud with me right now. I am fresh.
I am fresh. Edmund, are you douching? What's happening? Are these affirmations that you use while douching? Like, what's going on?
We know you're trying to save the white race as best you can, Dr. Adams, and we're very thankful to you.
I am fresh. I'm a fresh little bottom. Assalamu alaikum.
Malaikum assalam, brother.
I'm doing yoga and recording on Clubhouse.
Don't you have to get back to work, Adams?
No, I do need to get into the shower. The shower's running and the air conditioning's on, so it's a little cold in here.
Well, I gotta get to the gym.
You wasting energy like that? What the hell?
Malaikum assalam, brother.
Hey, why your voice sound like that?
Malaikum assalam, brother. Come on, you gotta say it back. Go ahead. All right, I guess you're not a true Muslim. You disgraced the Prophet Muhammad by not giving me back my call sign.
I'm not Muslim though. I'm not Muslim.
Well, then why did you come in here and say Malaikum assalam?
Do you listen to Queen Irby?
Because it's cool to say.
Oh, Alamak Habibi,
Do you
cool.
listen to Queen Irby?
Edmund, shut up!
No, Dr. Adams, stop loudmouthing me. I'm not a big wetback.
Oh, that's Ed. Damn, dude, still fucked up.
He's still fucking with you. He's still making you double think, like, why am I on this app wasting all my time
shit,
talking to him?
Abby. What's up, Abby?
Oh shit, look, it's Abby. She's back too. She took a sobriety, but she's back. The grocery store closed down on her.
You know, my community really
Welcome
loves
back to Julian's Magical Sea World, a place of fantastic voyages and unlimited adventures, a clownhouse world of Julian's making. Welcome back to Julian's Fantastic Sea World. We have the world famous Julian, a disciple of Mangione, a murderer who killed an innocent man in the streets. And he's not gay, just like Adams. He's not gay anymore. I ain't gay no more. Being black and being gay are not the same thing. I was born this way.
That's not entirely true. I actually flew out my abuela, buttered his biscuits, and never called him back.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Ouch. Whoa, Baba Booey's here?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Who said that?
Howard Stern's penis. Dr. Adams, do you know what an LD SP is?
Isn't that the Mormon thing?
No, it's the Liberal Democrat Socialist Populist. LDSP. That's the opposite of MAGA. A Liberal Democrat Socialist Populist. So it's LDSP versus MAGA. Liberal Democrat Socialist Populist. Say it with me now. Liberal Democrat Socialist Populist.
Little drugstore products.
So welcome back to Julian SeaWorld. the people who came here to waste your time.
Woohoo.
Welcome back.
Almost fucked it up.
Dr. Adam Sega, Preston Siaga, Charleston Roy. This big fat lesbian at the bar last night, she was like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you upset by that?" I was
Why
like,
does everybody ask you that question, John?
"Because
Why do you think?
because she's a big fat lesbian and she's hitting on me and she wanted to like insult me."
Well, is the only man on stage that knows how to express it. I don't know what it is, but he knows something.
So this is how the story ends. I said, if I was gay, I would be upset that you asked me if I was gay, but because I'm not gay, I'm not upset that you asked me if I was gay.
You're definitely gay, Edmund.
No, I'm definitely not gay.
Keep telling yourself, Edmund.
Okay, turn off that beeping noise. It's just a recommendation.
Edmund, I've seen you do yoga. You're definitely gay. Oh, he was yoga?
Really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. No doubt.
Oh, Danny.
Are y'all staring at his ass?
Danny, what's that big zit you got on your lip
That
there?
must be a gay guy, too. Gay, too. Yeah. Oh, the gays don't get offended.
Danny, that PTR takes the win for the cake. What's up with that big zit? What a big zit.
Awesome.
Oh my god, the crew is here.
I
Hi.
can vouch for that. Brian definitely supported my nutsack.
Listen, if Adams leaves, I'm leaving. Just FYI, Adams. You're the star power in this show.
That's a great picture of Danny.
Danny, what's up with that zit? Is that technically a herpes sore or is that just a zit?
That do look like herpes stuff. That is from a vape. No. Okay, so this is the after she sucked two guys off in the woods. This is the after picture.
Oh shit, that's not even Danny. My bad, Sahi. Fuck. You fucking fuck.
If you leave vape juice on your lip, you're gonna get one. Yeah, that's not what it is. There's like a 30-minute picture, like a before and after. She looked fine before, and then she went in the woods with two men.
So welcome back to Julian's Magical Sea World, where I will now be reading to you poetry and probably ruining the room for many of you.
Okay, Alpha, pick a number 1 through 80. Pick a number, Alpha, 1 through 80.
I'm gonna take care of the baby, Ryan. No problem.
Oh, thank God, because we're hungry.
What is your magic number pick, Alpha? It's your turn.
17.
I think we did 17 yesterday, didn't we?
I wasn't
We
here.
did
Abby picked 17.
No, we did number 3, we did number 4, we did number 13, we
Abby,
did number 14.
It's
we
Alpha's
did number
turn.
17.
Alpha, it's your turn. What's your number? 1 through 80.
What's your
Pick 13.
What's your number? Pick a number 1
Numbers.
through 80.
I'll do 3. Have you done 3 yet?
Yes, 3 already been there, yeah.
Yep, already did 3.
So it's 1 through 18, you say?
80.
Oh, 80. Okay. Oh man, I mean, I usually go for 13 because I was born on.
I knew it. I literally said she's gonna go for 13.
Okay, you want to hear
Yeah.
13?
Well, yeah, I was born on the 13th, so that's just like that's my number.
Okay, this is
Okay,
what it
maybe
says.
can we do number?
This is what it says. Welcome disgrace is a pleasant surprise. Prize calamities as your own body. Why should we welcome disgrace as a pleasant surprise? Because a lowly state is a boon. Getting it is a pleasant surprise, and so is losing it. That is why we should welcome disgrace as a pleasant surprise. Why should we prize calamities as our own body? Because our body is the very source of our calamities. If we have no body, what calamities can we have? Hence, only he who is willing to give his body for the sake of the world is fit to be entrusted with the world. Only he who can do it with love is worthy of being the steward of the world.
Welcome back to Julian's Magical Sea World.
you like that, Alpha? That's your number 13.
I did like that one, and it's so true.
It's so true.
How can you build a strong sailor on top of the bottom?
Well, tell that to Mangione, who decided to shoot a guy in the face in the street and murder him. Because people like
Oh,
Julian,
no.
these liberal, Democrat, socialist, populists, LDSP for short,
LDSP.
LDSPs like Julian and
Also
Abuela,
known for Little Drugstore Products.
LDSP, liberal, Democrat, socialist, populists, they think it's okay to murder executives in the street. I mean, it's not kosher, Julian.
Dude, you're a Republican from the Midwest. There's something wrong with you.
The hell?
Assalamu
Jimmy,
alaikum,
come in
brother.
right now.
The cycle of
Make me
Mangione.
more, or else I'm
Wa
gonna block
wa
you.
alaikum assalam, brother.
I'll make you a
Whatever I do,
joking.
Abby.
I'm just putting up a scene because people like to talk behind their backs.
Listen, I have a 5-minute hard out. Does anyone else want to hear a magic number?
All right.
144?
No, it's 1 through 80.
Wait, can I
I
pick
know.
another one? It was already read. May I please pick 33?
33, that's the number of the
33.
devil.
Okay, this is a short one. Here we go.
Somebody do that scary emoji effect.
He who knows men is clever. He who knows himself has insight. He who conquers men has force. He who conquers himself is truly strong. He who knows when he has got enough is rich. And he who adheres assiduously to the path of Tao is a man of steady purpose. He who stays where he has found his true home endures long, and he who dies but perishes not enjoys real longevity.
Welcome back to Julian's Magical World. Where everyone is a merman. Merwoman.
Julian supports murdering people, and Abuela supports I don't know, Abuela, what do you support?
Grooming.
You heard what I support.
What did you say you wanted to do in government? You were upset about people passing you in the left lane?
No. I'm upset about example. I'm upset about people living in their own little world and not giving a fuck about what's actually going on around them. And then they want to mope because, life isn't perfect. Well, because you won't get up off your ass and actually do something. You won't
LDSP.
actually...
Is this what you call LDSP communication strategy?
Wait, is Ryan become a national socialist? Yes.
LDSP, Liberal Democrat Socialist Populist. Most people can't remember 4 variables. Can everybody say it out loud with me? Liberal, Democrat, Socialist, Populist.
Liberal, Democrat, Socialist, Populist.
LDSP.
Otherwise known as the LSDP.
LDSP.
Oh, LDSP, that's right. I'm dyslexic.
Julian supports murdering people. Abuela supports demanding people pay attention to other people's problems. Abby, what do you propose?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry, I'm doing analysis. You guys go. Don't keep me out of this.
Dear Grok, please provide analysis. You are in Julian's Sea World, a world of fantastic voyages and unlimited fun. A place where people can insult people all the time. You are, in effect, one of Julian SeaWorld's animal pets, swimming effortlessly through the ocean of despair, where people do toxic communication projection all the time.
Welcome back to Julian's SeaWorld, episode number 675.
Can I do another magic number?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do 27.
Okay, this one is an essential tenet of the Tao. Good walking leaves no track behind it. Good speech leaves no mark to be picked at. Good calculation makes no use of counting slips. Good shutting makes no use of bolt and bar, and yet nobody can undo it. Good tying makes no use of rope and knot, and yet nobody can untie it. Hence the sage of Clubhouse, Clownhouse, is always good at saving men, and therefore nobody is abandoned. Always good at saving things, and therefore nothing is wasted. This is called following the guidance of the inner light. Hence, good men are teachers of bad men, while bad men are the charge of good men. Not to revere one's teacher, not to cherish one's charge, is to be on the wrong road, however intelligent one may be. This
Oh,
is
God damn it.
an essential tenet of the Tao.
How do you know what your charge is? I guess I'm a bad man.
It says not to revere one's teacher, not to
Bad
cherish one's charge, is to be on the wrong road, however intelligent one may be. This is an essential tenet of Tao. I'm not sure what that means, not to cherish one's charge. Not to cherish one's charge.
Not
Yeah.
sure what's charged.
I think the charge is like your task or your
Yeah.
position or something to that extent.
Yeah, but how do you find out what your charge is? Because I don't want to be into business that's not mine.
I'm
Oh.
kind of picking up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's the second sentence is while bad men are the charge of good men, and then it says not to cherish one's charge. So it's like reversing out of the bad man responsibility for a good man. Anyways, go to the gym and read a book, fatties.
I can't read.
That's fantastic. I'm just laying in bed naked listening to you guys.
Thank you for sharing that. We're happy that we can know that you're naked. That really does something for me. Thank
Do you have
Oh,
shit?
that wasn't for you. That was for Edmund and Ryan.
Do you have shit stains on
But
your
we're all
shirt?
in here. So
Do you-
you're
You like voiceover guy?
Who?
You sound like voiceover guy.
You know what's great about voiceover guys? People thought that I am him or he is me, but the thing is, he doesn't do voiceover. He's just an obnoxious, hypersonic, person on the set, but he doesn't do any actual voiceover work.
I get naked with voiceover guy.
He's basically my publicist because I do the work and he just does the, yelling, basically.
In my rings, everything's all y'all stupid.
Oh, shut your bitch ass up.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, Abby's in her
Shut
pictures.
your bitch ass. Wow, Clubhouse is boring today, man.
Dr. Adams, what do you think about a phrenology of the nostrils?
Oh, what?
Oh,
What does that mean? I mean, I know what phrenology is, but what are the different shapes and what do they mean?
you've got the bell pepper variety, sometimes supersized. And there is a difference between a red pepper and a yellow pepper and a green pepper. Do you know what the primary difference is? You're unaware of the differences between the three families. You don't know the difference between the three family of peppers, do you? Dr. Adams can help explain this. Dr. Adams, go ahead. Tell her you're in the matrix, Abuela. Dr. Adams, go ahead. Tell everybody the difference between the three primary peppers. Dr. Adams.
I'm about to faint.
Well, Mercury's in retrograde and AT&T is having some fucking issues. I'm sorry.
Interesting, but not interesting. All right. Well, I can see I've done all the heavy lifting here. There's no one left to provide any kind of
Thank
valuable
you.
information. So, feel as
We
if
appreciate you so much.
my work is complete here in Julian SeaWorld. And don't forget to check the filter. And if you ever go to Thailand, don't drink the water.
Because your poop is in it. The ones the fishes didn't clean up.
No, you see, when the fish ate my poop, they pooped out my poop.
Yeah.
And my poop
Wow.
became the fish poop, and the fish poop became the water poop. Thus, eventually over enough time, that water poop will go to every major,
That is sound
you
for
know.
you.
Do you think it's made its way to the Atlantic Ocean yet?
Did you hear?
No,
Did you
I
hear?
will never go in the sea after this.
Well, do you drink?
Can't go. You have to avoid all waterways at this
I will.
point.
You do realize if you drink tap water, you're actually drinking poop water cleaned, right? You realize that, right?
This is for you, Edmund.
No, I can't do copyright on here. Alright, I gotta go.
Shut up, just shut up, shut up.
You see, if you drink tap water, you're technically drinking poop water.
I kind of want to pull Ryan's hair into the song.
Oh boy.
Will you buy me a new car first?
It's so easy for gay men to organize gay
Let's change
sex.
the title. This is boring.
You know, saying gay man is a little bit like saying black man, or saying white man. You know, words are so political and stupid that you hear people say black man all the time on this app and gay man all the time on this app. But I charge you, is the descriptive adjective gay or black actually accurate, if I can ask that question?
No.
So what is a man? Because clearly gay man, black man is not what a man is.
Obviously.
So why do we use the term all the time? Because we're just polarized politically?
A man is anybody who can take a 9-inch dick without crying.
Yeah. You're welcome. I would like to try that actually.
So what does a gay man do when spigoted by a 9-inch flesh rod?
They usually
This is what we call an LDSP. I'll say it with me now. Liberal, Democrat,
Liberal, Democrat,
Socialist,
Socialist,
Populist.
Populist.
LDSP.
Liberal, Democrat, Socialist, Populist.
Liberal, Democrat, Socialist, Populist. Abuela.
Liberal, Democrat, Socialist, Populist.
Here. Oh, where is it? Why did she say shut up?
Oh, we're gonna turn the volume down, Abby. You're gonna kill my copyright on this comedy recording here. Okay, maybe it's time for me to go to the gym.
Hey, go with Ryan and I. We can get showers after.
It's the Greek showers. I hate using the shower at the gym. Yeah, that's what poor people have to do. My mom only showers at the gym. She spent all this money remodeling bathrooms, but she never even uses it. She just showers at the gym. Yeah, she's the cheapest woman who has ever been born. She's very frugal. The water company comes over,
I hate frugal
gas
people
company
so
comes over.
much.
They're like, "How do you spend so little?" She's like, "I never use it." Doesn't use any utilities. They're just like, "Are you stealing utilities?" She's like, "No, I conserve utilities."
And she's the goyim one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can see why you have like her. You had like a frugal woman. His Jewish heart sang with glee.
Gloom,
Girl, I
generally.
did something.
what did you do? You fucked her now?
Yes.
I knew you
Let me
was
try.
Uh,
I'm gonna click who we are.
Adams.
Hi, Anon. I don't
Adams.
know who you are.
So I'd like you all to check out my latest work of recording Clown House because I know you're all super fans. Check out this YouTube channel.
Let's say Bismillah.
Go through my shorts because and actually listen to what the LDSP is.
Hi, Anon number 2.
This is the LDSP videos that I shot this morning. Please check them out, and you'll be amazed. You'll be like, this really is what an LDSP is, because they literally define themselves as Democrat Socialists over and over and over again.
This person.
The Witcher.
Sight beyond sight. Intelligible is guarded by the owl and the aether serpent. Guardians of clarity, insight, and perception beyond illusion. Do not seek to conquer the world. They seek to understand it fully, and in that they gain power no sword could offer. Your downside would be your core flaw: observation over action. Constant search for understanding may delay necessary engagement or commitment, leaving potential unrealized. Your psychological vulnerability is endless questioning can spiral into existential paralysis. The sense that no answer is satisfying, and that meaning itself may be unreachable. Very cool.
That's some Dragon Ball Z shit. That's crazy. That's cool.
Alright, admin's here. I had a directive to remove him from rooms because he's recording rooms, but then also
Edmund!
give him a chance to play the game. What do you guys think?
Yes! Oh, Edmund, would you play? Let's play. I'm going to ask you your own customized question, and then according to your very specific answer, we're going to give you a guardian beast and a mythical creature. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Here is your question. Oh, okay. This is perfect for him. Okay, you can destroy one system, governmental, cultural, or economic, in hopes of building something better. Which one and why?
I just can't answer that question because it's a trick question. Because no matter which one I choose, it impacts all the others. I mean, I guess I would go with economic then, because the Constitution and the banking industrial complex and the government industrial complex, it's just borrowing and spending, borrowing and spending. So if we're at 35 trillion of funded debt and 100 trillion of unfunded debt, we would have to change the economic system in this country, meaning that we would no longer be able to have deficits, and we'd have to essentially dissolve the Federal Reserve, pay off the debts, and then suffer the consequences of an inflated currency if we were to destroy the economic system. So I think if we were to destroy the economic system, that would have the biggest impact on government and culture. I am complete. So what, it gives me like a mythical creature name now?
Yes. Okay, I try to get as much as I could in there. Alright.
What did you feed it into AI?
Yeah.
But yes, Monica,
Okay.
you are accurate. I have been recording a lot of content because of the anonymous capability on here now, which gives me a lot of unobstructed content, meaning I don't have to have burner accounts. It's like it saves me so much time and energy. But I will say the politically correct room, I've essentially, they call everything MAGA. So I don't know if you know what an LDSP is, but that's a liberal Democrat socialist populist. So I'm using the term today because I've witnessed many Democrats now describe themselves as socialists, liberals, and populists. And I don't even think they know what the word populist means, but liberal Democrat socialist populists is really what a Democrat is.
Wow, okay, so this is what you got. Your real-world guardian is the chimpanzee, highly intelligent, strategic, and socially complex, able to lead revolutions within its group and disrupt hierarchies when needed. Edmund's response shows an ability to see the trap in the question and analyze the interdependence of systems. Like the chimpanzee, he's a tactical disruptor, never reckless, but capable of dismantling power structures to build more functional social bonds. Your mythical beast is, I'm probably going to destroy this, but it's the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail, symbol of cyclical destruction and rebirth, balanced through collapse and the eternity of transformation. By choosing to destroy the economic system, ultimately, the heartbeat of modern control, Edmund unleashes the Ouroboros, a being that destroys only to begin anew. His answer acknowledges the ripple effect, but accepts the collapse as a necessary evolution. Edmund is guarded by the chimpanzee and the Ouroboros, beasts of revolution, recursion, and pragmatic insight. He sees through traps, questions power, and chooses not the safest path, but the most capable of changing everything. Your downside, your core flaw would be unleashing chaos. Destroying the economic system risks widespread suffering, as systems tied to it, health, food, housing, could collapse suddenly. Even if the goal is rebirth, destruction would, without a clear replacement, invites opportunism, factionalism, or new forms of control to emerge worse than before. The psychological vulnerability would be bearing the weight of such a decision could result in isolation, guilt, paralysis in the face of unintended consequences. But that was like an after that we added just to like see into our psychology, but just something to think about. Very cool.
Yeah, but that's just like saying I'm describing the situation accurately as is, because they are destroying the economy. And the Federal Reserve and Congress's unlimited borrowing and spending is what's destroying our future, because 40% of the economy is artificial. So really, it's a huge wealth transfer.
Okay, Congressman, we're in the middle of a game, though, so.
All right, I am complete.
Monica is so sweet. She let Edmund play. Thank you for playing, Edmund.
Yeah, but I'm a little annoyed. We lost Violet, and I, like, can't make it. It's just tough.
Tim, are you there? She'll come back.
Baby, would you like to play this game?
BMO, you should probably create one like that, but just about ideology.
If you want to develop it with me, I'd be happy to. We could do that. That'd be fun.
Well, how would we share it then?
So one of us would have to run it, but we would, create and like program, whatever LLM we're going to use, and just have it. Either you would run it or I would run it. But ultimately, we could both go back and forth developing it. You know what I'm saying?
I would say you should, only because my AI is full of sci-fi shit.
Sci-fi? Really? That's impressive.
Going through life together,
What do you
building
mean, like, with
together,
sci-fi
creating
stuff?
together. You know what I mean?
Look at my
I
PTR. You
don't
could
know a
literally
life
see how
without him. I've
sci-fi it
spent so
is.
many years with him that it would
I
shock me,
see,
but
okay.
we aren't filling a gaping hole. If that makes any sense at all.
He doesn't complete you. Because you are you. He is himself. And all together make a fantastic couple.
I mean, you're still responsible for your own. You're still responsible for your own happiness, Matt. Like, I think it's weird when people say that.
And you know what? And you know what? Here, don't land here and I'll shut up. I've been married once before. Like my wife currently will say, we just talked about this 3 days ago. If I hadn't been married before, I don't know what this marriage would be like right now. Because you got to know what reality is, right? But my point is that, yeah, no one, my late great mother, who I lost in October, I remember when my first marriage, we were going through some problems. My wife at the time sat down with Mom, said, I'm not happy. And my mom said, Mindy, I've been married to Charles Ray for 50 years. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you just got to get happy.
I think what Mrs. DeGroot might be describing too is more when you are whole people and come together. When you look for someone to fix you, I agree with her 100%. Biblically speaking, if you believe Scripture, there is a sense of oneness that comes in marriage. Genesis 2:24, I believe, is the verse, and it talks about becoming one flesh, and that are two whole people, but it's sort of like a puzzle where you complement and fit each other, and that's a very different thing than looking for someone to be your daddy, or your wife to be your mommy. You're two whole people, but you're working in unison as sort of one flesh, as God intended.
I love that. I just want to welcome Ash to the stage. Ash Rowan. Hi, Ash Rowan.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic. And yourself?
Not bad.
Do you want to chime in on the conversation, ma'am?
Sure, I just think it's a bit of a semantic argument saying so-and-so completes me. It's a figure of speech, right?
Yeah, but
I mean,
I hear what you're saying, but to some people, yes. I would argue, my debate would be, it's the way it lands. And it's so important when it comes to communication in marriage, the way it lands on people. But you're right, it is in semantics, but with some women and some men in the dating world, I would say, okay, if I was dating and some girl that I was on a second date with said, I'm looking for someone to complete me, I would say, what does that mean to you? And then I would shut up and listen. Mm-hmm. And y'all's answers y'all given today are, in my opinion, are fantastic. It's when someone says, oh, I'm looking for someone to make me happy. I'm looking for someone to do that. No, I'm not here to fucking make you happy. I mean, I want you to add to I want you to be. And let's say I'm not laying here. And guess what? I'm not happy. Am I happy right now? No. Am I sad? No. I'm content. My goal in life is to be content with times of happiness.
I'll say this to a certain extent. I've been married to the same guy 21 years, right? I've known him 22 years. And I'll say this. I feel like he completed me because I'm an adventurous person and I'll do stuff in isolation. But because I was on my own, I never did things with other people because I felt like I needed to keep an eye on those people to make sure they're not doing anything crazy or whatever. And when I met my husband, it was like a completion because now I had him to go on vacation with, and I don't have to worry about whether you got weed in your bag when we go into Italy, or I don't have to worry about you acting stupid. We at the grocery store or whatever. So for me, it was a completion because it allowed me to be my full self. Where when I was on my own, I was always, just looking at people cockeyed.
Yeah, but Matt, even if she gave you the wrong answer, would that stop you from taking her home and having sex with?
No. Nope. I will say this, and I will say rightfully so, from 2008 to 2012-ish, you did not want to date me. For my personal, selfish, asshole reasons. I wasn't physically abusive, I was emotionally, verbally abusive, but emotionally abusive when it comes to being a finagling asshole was not a good thing. So, I'll leave it like that.
Why are you apologizing?
Why are you lying? What's up?
Yeah, don't apologize.
I know, but I'm just saying, I would have taken the plan on probably never talking to her. I probably would not. Just is what it is.
We are all, each of us, on a personal journey of growth. You with your behaviors and the women with theirs. You should not apologize for that journey, wherever it brought you. There, does that sound like a good start?
Spiritually brought me emotionally, yes. I'm just saying that wasn't the right answer, but it was the answer.
No, I know. Well, let me just say in responding to Brooklyn, one of the biggest lies that women were told is that marriage is a prison, when in fact marriage makes you more free. And you just expressed that, I think, if I understood you correctly. If you're still there. Brooklyn.
Alan, that is such a true statement. That was beautifully said. There is nothing more freeing than being in a marriage, especially when your marriage was built on truth to begin with, right? When you know who you're marrying, what you're getting into, you've never felt more safe to be you, right? Because most people put on this facade while they're dating, or if they fake who they are while they're in their relationship. Because you see those TV shows of like, who the hell did I marry, right? But if you're true to yourself, the person who you're marrying to is completely honest, and you get married, excuse me. Oh my goodness, it is the greatest feeling in the world.
And not only with you and your partner, but also with other people. Because there's a certain element, okay, I'm not dating. I don't need to impress you anymore. I don't need to put on airs because I think you might do this or that or X or Y for me. I mean, there's still part of that, to be sure. But I think there's an element of, okay, I'm married now. I have this status. Leave me the fuck alone, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, I remember one of my good friends and his wife, who I had met in college, saying that exact same thing. It's like, now that I'm married, I can do what I want, especially in relation to her in-laws, because it's like she was, and they are Italian, and like everybody loves Raymond, they lived next door to his parents. I mean, literally the exact same situation. But she was like, I'm married, that's it. We're a new entity that supersedes anything else previously in your life. And that's it.
Alan. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you. Let me just jump in here real quick. Who is that? Who's saying excuse me? I'm sorry. Tiffany, hold on.
Me.
Tiffany, hold on a second. I'm gonna come back to you, I promise. But I gotta say hello to Haas and to Mr. Shade. Haas, how you doing? Coach,
I'm good.
Coach, how you doing, Coach?
I'm good, JB. How you doing, brother?
Man, chilling like Bob Dylan, man. Do you want to chime in on this conversation?
Hey, I'm trying to get the feeling of it first before I chime in. Give me about 5 minutes, brother.
I got you. I'll come back to you. Mr. Shade, what's good? Mr. Shade, are you there? All right, let's go to Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that my issue more so is, I have a few ex-fiancés and I've been really close to getting married. But my thing is when people say sickness and health, death do you part, okay, what about a man, okay, well, my issue is a man being supportive enough to me if I have a health situation. Say, for instance, I'm sick and I need him to fix me a bowl of soup, or I need him to drive me to a doctor's appointment because I need him to do these things for me. This is what is lacking most of the time, because most men now, there's a trend going around where men are saying that they don't chase women anymore. They don't want to chase a woman, and they're not going to call a woman and all this other type of stuff. And so, I think that's, kind of masculine, well, not masculine for a guy to be saying those things to a woman. Like, why are you out here telling women you're not chasing women anymore? I mean, no offense towards gay people and everything like that, but are you chasing a man? You know what I'm saying? When you say that you're not chasing a woman, that's what's going to be in the back of a woman's mind at the end of the day, that when you say those type of things.
I mean, Tiffany, I'm married, so I'm not, a part of this anymore. Thank God. Y'all remind me each and every day. I never want to be single. But when I hear, men say this, I do think you're gay. My homeboys in real life don't act like this. Never will any of the male friends that I know in my real life not approach a beautiful woman. They will buy the whole damn table a drink. Y'all are weird. Weird.
I'll say this, MG, and I just speak for this Brooklyn guy, the cracker in the corner. I have no problems buying a round of drinks for the whole table, but if I'm in a relationship and it's not working out, I definitely don't chase. I just replace. I'm not putting my energy into chasing anybody. And that's just it works for me.
When I
That you're approaching, you approach women. Men are like, no, she needs to approach me. I think it's weird for men to like act like women.
MG, I will walk over to any. Hold on, Tiffany. Hold on a second. I will approach any woman. I don't care who they are. If they're beautiful and I feel that there could be chemistry, like I say it all the time, but I mean it. She thinks I'm joking. Yo, Elle is gorgeous. I have no problem saying that.
But Tiffany, when men say that, they're just seeking leverage. You know, they want you to put yourself out there so they can see how much they can use and abuse you. They want to be the bad bitches. Leave them alone.
I used to approach women all the time, but then
what about men taking care of their woman and women taking care of their man? Like, say for instance,
I told her once, I told her twice. We have a one-way policy. Stop interrupting. She doesn't stop. I get it. She's new, but she's gonna have to learn. Mr. Allen, go ahead.
Yeah, it might have been a bad joke. I said I used to approach women all the time, but then the old age home told me. It wasn't worth it.
I blame part of it on social media that has effeminized these men, right? And I also blame the easy access to easy women that have feminized these men. Just my opinion.
JB,
Okay,
you know what? You're onto something. We've been telling men for a hot minute now their masculinity is a problem. I think we have done a great disservice and a great deal of damage to younger men. I really do. I feel like who they are, we've been pounding it into their head that who they are by nature is bad, inherently bad. Now think about that for a minute. In a relationship, you can't have men doing things that come natural to them. Now they second guess their very nature. And of course, then it's going to come out in other ways that probably aren't productive. They're going to become resentful. They're holding in who they are. I have a son who is a young man now, and we talk about this all the time. Basically, he's been told, and we probably live in an area where he's more free to be who he is. But I also know that he has friends who really struggle with this in a relationship, you know, wanting to open the door, wanting to just be who they are, a provider, a protector, you know, all of the things that men have been taught for centuries to be. They're not just taught, it's who you are. Yes, it's
Well, I'll say this, Al, and you know, when I compliment you, I mean it, right? But I compliment you differently than, let's say, Rydell, because Rydell's happily married and she's my friend. But see, Rydell, and other women like Rydell, they're smart because when they address men on this app, they're like, "Hello, friend," and that's letting them know, hey, that's it, we're friends. Don't say no crazy shit to me. I'm happily married. I love my man, and I think that's ingenious. Just that, hello, friend. I think that's fantastic. But let me go to Haas because he's ready to go. Haas, go ahead, Coach. Haas. Coach, are you there, Coach?
I'm here, JB. To the title. It's not one single woman that's masculine in the world. I don't think when you ask that question right there. I go by it. If a man think a woman is masculine because he's soft as hell, he a jelly bean back. That's extra soft. Women are not masculine. They might talk with aggressiveness. That's because they don't like you. A woman will only approach a man. I mean, a woman that will when a man approach a woman, she's aggressive because she don't like you, or you just don't know what to say to her. Most men in today's world, in today's society, don't know how to talk to a woman. Don't have respect to a woman because they can't respect themselves. Now, you got some women out there that's just plain out evil. So that's why I will never say all women, because there's some women out here that's plain just disrespectful. But we as men have to learn to move around them type of women. You got to pick the woman that's good for you. When I found my wife, I found the good woman. I found the godly woman. I found the woman that was raised by two-parent household with her granddad and grandfather that raised her because her mother and father just couldn't work out, so her grandparents raised her. But that still didn't determine what type of woman she was. As she grew up older, she knew the family structure because she was the fourth generation. She had a great grandmother. She had a great grandfather that was together for 63 years before they died 4 years ago. She had a grandmother and a grandfather before her grandmother. Husband died in a motorcycle wreck, hit a house. And then she had a mama and her father that just separated. So she was the fourth generation. She seen that family structure. So I liked that right there. That attracted me because she was a respectful woman. I didn't want a woman that always that's always yelling and talking loud and things like that. See, man set standards for themselves. But I think in today's society we forgot our standards as men. Our standard was always the show the road of leadership. A woman ain't gonna follow a man that don't know how to lead his damn self. So the men of today, they don't know how to lead themselves, so they can't lead a woman. And that's how I feel. I see it in every city I go to. I see that. I don't care about no other communities, but I'm talking about just us in this room right now. That the man that's not married and the man that who's married that know how to lead a woman, he found a good woman. A man that serves God, find that good woman. And I don't care what you believe in, what you want to follow, what God you bow down to and pray to, anything like that. You still have some structure. Religion comes with structure. Structures have always been in America, and we lost that structure. The structure of a man. The diary of a man, he don't know himself about himself. I'm writing a book now that talk about the secrecy of a man.
Yeah, but Haas, I have to push back a little bit. I don't believe all men are like you're describing. I'm just gonna assume because I know you're a coach that you're describing, and in my opinion, probably the younger men, right? Old heads like me, like Matt, like Casey, right? Us old heads, we know how to lead. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bros. There is a certain segment of the younger community that pushes back that don't want to learn from us. Because, they have all the technology, they know everything already. But I appreciate your share. Let me come back to you, Haas. Let me say hello to Inkman. Inkman, how you doing?
What's up, big dog?
You want to jump in on the conversation?
Yeah, man, I'm listening. I am married. I've been married for 10 years now. I have a family of 6 in my house. As far as structure goes, that all comes with understanding the role in which you're positioned in your household as a man, and understanding how to deliver what you want to deliver to your wife or to your woman in a way to where it can be received. I think a lot of the times with a lack of emotional management is where things go wrong, and that's on the woman's side and the man's side. I think the thing that I hear mostly when I hear women complaining is about men and men saying what other men don't do. Is if any of you guys have sons, one day your son is going to be that person that a woman's blaming everything on. That's going to be your son one day. So when I think about this and I have daughters and sons, I have to put myself in the mindset that if I don't if I can avoid putting my children on this spectrum of complaining about the other sex, opposed to being accountable for the things that they do and being accountable for their actions and their delivery and all the things that they do, then this problem won't keep occurring. But it seems as if it keeps occurring because one side is pointing the finger at the other side, and I think that's just a lack of accountability and a lack of emotional management.
Man, let me ask you a question. Man, I love your share, by the way, and I agree with what you're saying. Alan, I got you, Alan. Hey, man, did you say you had 6 children?
Yeah. 2 of them in college and 4 are still in the house right now.
That's amazing. I just gotta say, bro, I think all my kids are not growing up in this day and age of technology. Do you feel that technology hinders your ability to raise your children because they already have an output that they don't have to go to you for?
I think repetition is the father of learning. So I think looking online and watching and hearing what other people are saying, being in the house with a parent that's active every single day, these things that I do, because I have twins as well. I have some twin 4-year-olds, and I I repeat things to them. I repeat things to my older children over and over and over, so it sinks in. So that when somebody does bring them the country, they already understand that ain't what Daddy told me. Daddy did never say this, and they know that I never tell them anything that's gonna harm them. So when they hear the opposite, then now the questions happen, and I tell them to question everything. I don't give a fuck who's telling you. Even question me sometimes if things aren't clear.
Man, I see you just joined the app. Please join this house. I love your share. I love your energy. And I love your vision for your children. That's amazing. Good for you, bro. We need more men like you in this world. No bullshit. But
Thank you, brother.
Hey, JB, can I ask y'all something?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'll get right back to you. And when I say that, Hank, man, I mean that. Because I tell you what, even in the chat, MG says, shout out to Ink, man. Yo, big shout out to you, bro. Big shout out. But before I go to you, Mr. Make 'em Viral, I gotta say a little to the Teapot. Hello, Teapot.
Hello, JB.
Teapot, I gotta tell you something.
What's going on?
I don't even know why this happens when you come into my spaces, but to me, you are the epitome of femininity, and I love that about you. Now, don't get it twisted, people, because she'll bang with you, but she's not only smart and gorgeous, she's strong. I just wanted to say that, Liz.
Well, thank you, JB. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. So Liz, let me ask you: are women more masculine today, or men just softer?
We're all the same as we ever were. The same thing that people are complaining about today was complained about in the 80s. It was complained about in the 60s. The difference between now and then is the internet makes that the person in New York is heard by the person in China.
Thank you, Liz. Mr. Make 'em Viral, you had a question for Ink Man?
Now, I had a question for a lot of the people inside the room, because like I said, I am probably the youngest person in here, 21 years old, 2004. That's my year I was born. I keep hearing, like, I'm going to call them little slick shots and attacks at the younger generation for sad things. And it's like, as a young man, honestly speaking, the stuff that y'all keep trying to, like, throw in our boats, we don't complain about these things. These are not talking points for us. We do not care about half of this stuff for real. Like, so, like, why do y'all keep trying to, like, focus on the younger people when this is not even our problems?
Anybody want to take that?
I can answer to it. Oh, go on.
Thank you.
You want to go point?
Yeah, hi, JB.
Hello.
For the young man, please tap into Gen Z for Change on IG, just so you're aware. A shout out to you. I support Gen Z. I give them all the keys, the plugs, and funding. Why? Because they got a big job ahead of them. They have a big mess ahead of them, perpetuated by the millennials and the Gen X's and etc. That came before them. It stinks out there, and they have to wade through this muck. So I encourage all you older people, turn around, support Gen Z. Thank you.
Thank you, Cappuccino. Mr. Inkman, you wanted to chime in?
Yeah. He said that he asked the question, what does this have to do with their generation? Similar to what Point just said, is that if you guys are looking at the examples of the shit that older adults do and listening to the things that older adults say the same way we did when we were younger, the same examples that we had when we were growing up, it's one of those things that are done not so much by you being told this, but by you mimicking what you see. The same way you can't teach a child how to talk nor walk, they mimic talking and walking. So this is what you guys would do if all of your examples is every day you go online, this motherfucker that's our age arguing about how shitty men are, or men sitting up here and talking shit about women. You feel what I'm saying? So if this is what you guys are seeing, then this is what you guys are gonna mimic, and we see that by way of the music that's put out, like fuck a nigga, nobody needs a nigga, I ain't nobody, XYZ type shit, and this is your generation, and they fall into that. So when you say that it has nothing to do with you, just not yet.
Well, let me ask you a question. Hold on, Mr. McMaker. Hold on, Alan. Aikman, do you think that the music that's put out right now is detrimental to the youth of America?
Definitely.
It's the same thing was said when we were growing up, bro. But what do you think?
I think so. That's this is why you see people that's our age. I'm 40. That's our age that still can't figure it out. They're still having problems in relationships. They're in their fifth, sixth, and seventh relationship, still blaming the other person, and they got that from the music that we used to hear, the Trinas and the Lil Kims and all this shit, and people watch this shit, and then they grew older and started to mimic it, and now they don't understand why they can't have a productive relationship.
Thank you, man. I know Alan had his hand raised. Oh, Mr. Vile, you wanted to rebuttal that?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, I'd like to argue that point that we're mimicking. If anything, honestly, like the stuff that y'all see on social media, please don't get like wrapped up into that, because again, we know that this is just a way that we make money. So we're going to do certain things on this app called clickbaiting and all this other stuff to make money. In our real lives, most young people I know that had said bad things going on in their lives or bad examples, they're doing the opposite. You feel me? So all these negative things that y'all saying, like, yes, I'm gonna be real with y'all. We understand a lot of it, and we picked it up early, and we like understand y'all frustrations, but we're not moving like y'all. We're having lower amounts of children, like without being married, or just in general. I think y'all said that we're having, like, you feel me, like less sex. I mean, I'd like to argue that. I mean, I won't say we having less sex, but we're having safer sex. I say that. You feel me? They're having safer sex. It's just a lot of stuff that we heard about the older generation, or we're hearing from the older generation, that we're not like letting actually take heed in our lives.
No, let me tap into that one too, only because I'm part of the same generation you are. I'm 02. But like, here's the thing that I have a problem with. It just feels like constant projection from the older generation about shit that they did during their time when they were our age, or shit that they're still doing at their big old age, and they're mad about it, and they're projecting it onto us, and we're not doing that. Because, again, you guys always want us to learn from the mistakes that you guys made, but want us to repeat everything that you guys did at the same time that led to all those damn mistakes. So that's what I'm confused about the entire time, which is always, hey, you don't want to be like us, you want to make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes we do. You guys are all pussies and all trash because you don't fucking be like every single one of us when we were your age. When we were your age, we had to do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. It was so much more difficult. Now all you kids do is go on your phone. Yeah, because that's what the world revolves around now. The technology. I'm sorry that we can navigate it better than you.
Let me jump in here real quick. I'm going to say something very polarizing, and it might trigger some of you people, but if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Some of you people sound very whiny to me. That's just my opinion. Like you're pushing back on that the older generation wants to teach you guys so you don't go through the same mistakes, and maybe we can find some common ground in this world instead of tearing each other apart. Just my opinion. But let me welcome Little Smitty to the stage. Little Smitty, you there?
I was just gonna say, yeah, can I say something to that?
Please.
Because I'm so glad that you even you said that, our generation is whiny. And the thing is that our generation speaks up for ourselves. Yes, we're not afraid to, I guess, rebuttal. But I don't understand, I guess, like, this generation, like how we are today, we've seen what y'all went through. So, no, we're not participating. No, we're not okay with it. But like he said, a lot of the older generation is projecting what y'all think we're doing and being like, oh, this is why y'all are fucked up. Like, no, we're not even in that situation. So what are y'all talking about,
Can I say one thing?
Hold on for a second point. I think so. For all of us in the room that's older, yeah, I remember how our parents would say stuff to us, and we would swear up and down that we knew better, and our parents was talking shit. And then the older we got, the more life we lived, we started to realize, oh shit, now I see what my mama was saying. Oh shit, now I see what my daddy meant. So being at a young age, and I do have a 19-year-old son, when you're that age, it's almost like you start to believe that the older generation don't know what the fuck they're talking about and they're out of touch. The more life you live, the more you'll start to see, oh shit, now I get it. But you're not going to get it right now, and it's always going to be a rebuttal against or a defense of someone telling you something because you hadn't lived enough yet.
No, the problem isn't that. The problem is that when you tell us to keep living it, or you'll get it when you're older, et cetera, and all the other stuff that you'll say around those lines, it just doesn't make sense because you're saying you want us to learn from your mistakes. So you want us to learn from A. You want us to get to point B, which is a place that's without those mistakes being made, which is supposedly better. And you want us to get through there using the method of doing exactly everything you did, including A, to get to B somehow. It doesn't make sense. You're saying to, okay, I need you to be exactly like how we are, but at the same time, don't do the mistakes that we did. But when you don't do the mistakes that we did, you're good.
Let me answer this. No, we don't want. It's not a matter of trying to keep you from making our mistakes.
Hold on, guys, hold on. Cappuccino, let Alan land his plane. Thank you. Get Alan.
Yeah, thanks. We want you to make your own mistakes, but we want them to be actual mistakes. Let me ask you a question. What feels better in your hand? Holding your phone, looking at a titty, or holding a titty in your hand? Which one feels better?
Holding one in my hand, no shit, Sherlock.
Okay, yeah. Going on your phone keeps you from getting more titties.
Whoa! What a fucking concept! Social interaction! Like, oh my fucking god.
Everybody hold on. Thank you. Elle, you were trying to jump in, hon?
No, I won't.
Hold on. Alan, hold on. Thank
Can
you.
I
Elle,
say
were you trying
something
to
to
jump
Alan's point?
in a second, Lil. Just give me a second, because I think Elle wanted to jump in.
No, I was
So for
just
you
trying
guys-
to get a little order. I heard several people talking at the same time.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say, guys, we have a one mic policy in here, and if a mod is speaking, please just mute up. Ladies, my lady mods, Charlie's Angels, I got to get going in 5 minutes. If you want to keep the room open, you're more than welcome to. You're strong enough to run this room, trust me. Alan, did you land your plane?
Well, not really. I was just going to say, I saw Eagle Hawk said something about how you can get in trouble if you compliment a woman these days. I may not know much, but I knew that if you were in my day when I was single, I know if you were complimenting a woman, you were never going to get her. That's what I knew.
Well, I'll tell you what, Alan. Compliment.
Because now you're just kissing her ass.
Well,
and
Alan,
she knows you're trying to get her laid.
Alan, nowadays you got to be careful complimenting women. Not me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
That's
what I'm saying. Somebody was complaining that you couldn't now. And I'm saying even way back when, before all of these changes happened, if you were complimenting a woman, she knew it and she knew you were desperate. So that never worked anyways.
Alan, here's the thing. There's this new term. I think it's relatively new. It's called love bombing, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I've been accused of love bombing. There's a girl that goes on this app, and if I said so one time, hey, nice, and it, excuse me. To be honest, I didn't even find her attractive. I was just trying to be polite and nice. She went into like 20 rooms, said I was love bombing her. Okay? This is the world we live in. But let me go to Little Smitty, because Little Smitty's been patiently waiting. Then I'm going to go to Dr. Adams, who's not going to talk about fat bats or anything like that.
But notice how that was a woman from your generation, not mine.
I was just about to say,
I didn't say that, XG. Hold on.
Oh.
You see, you're assuming, XG. You don't know that. I'm sorry, Lo. Go ahead.
No, you're just fine. So I was kind of saying more so to Alan's point, like that's kind of like exactly what we were saying. That sounds exactly like projection. That is a general issue. That is more so like something that needs to be talked about within the community in general. But to sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, the younger generation this and the younger generation that, that doesn't apply, you know what I'm saying? But because y'all are seeing it in a newer day and age, because social media is more existent, yes, you're gonna see it more often. But that does not mean that it's something that the younger generation is doing. Because I forget who said it, but like he said earlier, we've literally seen what y'all have gone through. Hence why our statistics are completely different than what y'all were dealing with 25 years ago. We are learning from what y'all did and we are choosing to do differently. But because there's certain groups of people that are choosing to, move in a light of, oh, feminism or this or that, y'all are trying to say that it's the younger generation when at the end of the day, it's 30, 40-year-old women or 30, 40-year-old men. Those are who y'all are having issues with, not our generation.
Well, if I could respond quickly, I forget what year it is, like 2035.
Is Alan the only one allowed to talk? Because
I have
stepped over me 3 times.
Excuse me, sir. Alan was speaking. Sir, allow Alan to speak.
Hold on a second. I just want to say nobody has to admit to it, but it wasn't me who moved you, Cappuccino. So don't start calling me a racist.
Not me.
Go ahead, Alan.
I said if it's okay to speak. In any event, it's like by 2035, 50% of the women in this country will be single. So you can say whatever you want, but that's what they're projecting. So I think there is a problem. Second of all, let me qualify what I've said. I dated both before the internet and after the internet. And at the beginning of the internet, let me tell you, it was the wild, wild west. And I can tell you what the internet robs both men and women of is intent. When you had to go out on a date, you had to get dressed up and take a shower and go to a club and have a car and have an income and make all of that effort.
Land your plane, Alan.
I will. That showed women that a guy was serious, and it showed women that the man, and vice versa. Now you get, hey babe, you up, and the guy comes over and fucks you. You don't know where he's at. You're losing all of that information.
Okay, wait. First of all,
thank you.
no,
Actually, hold on a second, please. So I'm gonna go to Dr. Adams because I'm interested in what he has to say because I know you hear me, Adams.
I'm sorry, I was in the Matrix.
Okay, so now you're not in the Matrix. No fat backs, no slanderous statements. We're having a good conversation in here. Please continue the trend. The mic is yours.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Part of the reason why a lot of these women are single is because their aspirations in dating are outside class and their aesthetic worthiness. I think that that's very much so a conversation that needs to be had. You have a lot of women that sit around, in Weight Watcher lines, okay, but want to marry an NFL player that's dating Taylor Swift. Make that make sense. So at the end of the day, people could continue to not say the quiet part out loud, but nobody wants to be married to a fat, bald-headed, loud-ass person with a house full of pets and a back full of snacks.
Thank you for that insightful share. Curtis, how you doing, Curtis? Curtis, are you there? All right, we're going to go popcorn style, guys. Ladies, I'm going to be leaving in a few minutes.
This time, the old people just don't know. The old people, the young people just don't get it. They're stupid.
because the old people.
One at a time, please. Thanks. This is a tale as old as time. Like literally every generation. I used to think my parents didn't know shit. I literally told them they didn't know shit. And then I had kids and went, God, maybe they knew some stuff. That is actually, it just happens. I'm sorry, but it just happens. We do this, and then you look at your parents, you go, they don't know shit. And then they look at you, and you don't know shit. And then there's a meeting of the minds later in life. It's, you know what? You'll make it. You'll all make
Yes, the reason we say that the older generation...
Hold on. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to mute up. I promise, actually. I miss the days of dating in when they had AOL chat rooms. AOL chat rooms, to me, was the most amazing dating spot. Get XG.
Yeah, the reason we say you guys don't know shit is because half of you guys haven't been in the dating scene for over a fucking decade. How would you know shit?
True.
Hey, no,
Right.
but can
Okay,
I? No,
to
hold on.
his point. I'm sorry. Go ahead, mate.
Yeah. All right. So what I was gonna say was, see, I'm still hearing the same like, we don't know, we don't know. That's not true. If anything, y'all keep trying to like undermine the things that we potentially have knowledge on, and it's like we have more than that knowledge. Like honestly speaking, this is not just like crazy to me. This is like insane. Actually, y'all understand that we have more access to certain things. It's crazy, right? I'm about to break it down. Y'all understand we have more access. Pause. Y'all understand that life is progressing fast. Pause. Y'all understand we have stuff like the internet. We are having things like Clubhouse and all these crazy things going on.
So we all have this information. Why are these bitches still fat, unaware, and single?
No. Listen, Dr. Adams, hold on, chill. Listen, so y'all understand that we got all this going on, but y'all think that we're not knowledgeable. And then not only do we have the information from like online sources, our real lives are crazy because we have to have you guys as parents. You know how like traumatizing that is? Like, y'all are our parents. You feel me? Then we got grandparents that came from a generation that's arguing about some whole different shit. Like, do you guys not know the trauma that the younger generation be having?
Hold
like,
on.
I'd like to wait.
Time out. Mrs. Viral, please mute up. Please. I'll come back to you, I promise. But this sense of entitlement that your generation has, I'm so over it, bro. How about a little gratitude to the people that raised you, fed you, put clothes on your back, washed your ass when you couldn't?
We didn't ask you to create us, though. Like, okay, so first of all, can I say something to that point?
No, hold on. Let me finish. Let me get off with that.
Okay, because I was going to speak after him, so I just wanted to speak on her point. That was just a crazy statement for you to make.
Was it? Let me tell you something. You guys, in your mind, your generation, think, oh, we have parental responsibilities. Even when you're grown-ass men and women, 21, 22, 23 years old. My only parental responsibility is make sure my children have a roof over their head if they can't do it themselves, clothes on their back, and food in their stomach. But they got to figure that shit out themselves. This of a time, oh, I'm so traumatized from my parents. Come on now, how about a little gratitude towards your parents? But get a little Smitty.
Thank you. So my thing is it's not a sense of entitlement. It's just honesty. We didn't ask you to create us. We didn't ask you to create children, and then y'all didn't do the mental stability that you needed. You didn't do the research that y'all needed to do. So y'all sat here and y'all wanted to blame your kids for not being, quote unquote, grateful for y'all's lack of doing more, for being more emotionally aware. Anyway, on Elle's point, what I wanted to say, she said something to the, oh gosh, I already forgot what she said.
I said
anyway.
every generation thinks the generation above them doesn't
Oh,
do shit.
right.
And then you get a little older and you go,
So
God, now I
this
have
is
kids,
the thing.
and now I got a mortgage, and I'm like, maybe they knew a couple things. And there's sort of a meeting of the mind that happens.
So the thing is that we learned from y'all. We learned from y'all, though, and this is...
We learned from the y'alls ahead of us. And the y'alls ahead of them.
But I hear you, and I heard you. I was just responding. I would like to respond if that's okay.
No, but what I'm saying is this is normal. This is normal. What's happening, the conversation, bitching, the older people.
I was going to say, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm a moderator.
Ella's a mod.
Shut the fuck up.
It doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, it does fucking matter.
I will leave. I don't care.
It does.
This is the rules of the room.
Okay, so guys, here are the rules of the room again. There's one mic policy. When a mod comes off her mic, I only have female mods. When the ladies come off their mic, please mute up. You can have the dialogue. I promise everybody gets to speak. So if Elle wants to engage with Lil, be my guest. But guys, Lil, just respect the green bean. I know it's not a big deal, but in this room, we respect the green bean. And you'll get everything off your chest, I promise.
No, I love having the conversation. Listen, this is the tale as old as time, is what I'm trying to tell you. This is not new. Nothing about this you don't know. No, you don't know. It's not new. I promise you. Our parents didn't do the work. Their parents before them didn't do the work. And their parents before them didn't do the work. They had to grow also. A lot of them were kids themselves when your parents were probably children themselves when they had kids. This is just life. It's not that deep. We're sitting here bitching on an audio app about shit that is literally centuries old. It'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Can I speak?
Do you feel like there were different attitudes, L,
Hold on,
towards...
Adams.
Dr. Adams, respectfully,
Hold on,
I would
please.
like to speak.
I respectfully, I'm handing the mic to you right now, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you. Because I heard you. I understand what you're saying. The point of what I'm saying is growth happens generation after generation after generation. And technology in itself has grown so much in the last just 20 to 10 years. So I hear you. But being upset that we saw what y'all went through and we chose to do differently, and we're not taking the...
Who's upset?
Going to... Ma'am.
No, really, for real.
It's fine. I'm done talking. Because you honestly, you feel like you're right, and I'm not going to sit here and argue with no grown ass woman. I'm good.
Tony, hey, Tori, shut the fuck up.
Correct.
Listen, I'm asking you. Shut up, please. I'm asking. Oh my God.
Why are you telling her to shut up? That's okay.
Very specifically.
It doesn't
feel... You don't feel like it's rude to tell somebody to shut up because you're on Clubhouse?
When they interrupting is rude. I don't know if I need to explain that, but you and I are having dialogue. I don't need her to have your back on some bullshit that doesn't need it. I'm asking you genuinely. Who's the we you're talking about?
Okay, I'm talking about obviously people like you that are like-minded like you, because you were so upset that you had to cut me off, and this is the third time that you cut me off. So clearly you feel so strongly about what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
I don't actually feel that strongly, but what I do want to say is that what you're complaining about isn't new. It is an original. It is a tales old of time. That's it. That's the only thing I have to say. The we, the them, the we, the them. Again, it's old news. You'll be okay.
Can I ask a question?
I'm not complaining. Nobody's complaining. This is a conversation.
Little
you made a point. So I was explaining to you why our generation feels differently.
And
y'all feel like we don't take anything that y'all have to say. That's not true.
Yes.
I have a question for you. Let's move on from you and Al, because we're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, can I say
So
something?
I don't even get to say what I had to say? That's the kind of platform we're on?
You guys are not going to agree. She sees it one way, you see it another. But you keep saying something that's really interesting to me. You keep saying or referencing what you guys went through. What did we went through? Like, I'm confused. What is she talking about? Did she just leave?
That's what I'm trying to get to. I don't know.
What trauma have we went through? Like, I can't tell.
We're some of the most privileged black people that have ever walked the face of the earth.
Honestly,
so it's crazy.
I can't tell you guys from. Y'all look like sex workers on the cool. Like, I look at your IGs, I can't tell if you're a prostitute or if you're in school. Like, it's just the lines are so blurred. You look like whores. Most of y'all. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm just confused. So that's what I wanted to say to her.
Well, I think it's interesting because older women also look like hoes. Right, trying to keep up with younger women, shopping on Fashion Nova, getting BBLs at the age of 36, dying on tables because your blood pressure is high, you weren't equipped to get. I just think that it's always an old and young thing.
I'm married.
I'm speaking to her point about younger women looking like hoes. Hoes didn't start. Yeah, prostitution didn't start. Hoism didn't start in 2025.
Wait a second.
It's been around for years.
Tori, let me ask you a question, and then you can have the mic. I promise. What generation are you part of?
I'm Generation X. I meant Z. Sorry.
Okay. Good.
But that still shouldn't matter though. Like, my parents are boomers. My parents are Generation X. So I grew up with older parents. And so I just think that there's always this old and young conversation, and older people definitely don't like to be held accountable, right? Especially in the Black community, they lack a lot of accountability. They feel like, oh, I did the best I could versus, it's just like, oh, I did the best I could. And it's like, I understand that to a certain point. But I think there should have been some therapy happening before people just had kids, because a lot of us are living through now your traumas that you failed to deal with. I understand putting a roof on a child's head. I have a child of my own, right? And feeding them.
Are you married? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm a married woman. Is there anything else you want to know about me?
I'll just check you. We're talking
about November 5th, 2020. Yeah, November 5th, 2020.
Just making sure that you're I'm not the statistic, but your other counterparts are the statistic, ma'am.
Hey, I just was trying to say, I didn't really mean to start all this. But I was trying to say I don't like the the younger people when we have these conversations about certain things, because I honestly argue that the younger people are doing better than their older peers, if not already like on the road to doing better.
Fuck y'all are not.
Yeah, nah. I mean, in a lot of ways,
y'all don't own shit.
Wait, pause. In a lot of ways, we are, like the other lady said, she's married as a younger lady. I'm married. My wife's a young lady. You feel me? I have a child. I don't have like certain arguments and narratives that y'all have. Certain problems are not my problems. You feel me? Me and my wife, like I said, I'm 21. She's 24. We're already middle class. You feel me? Our two incomes placed together. It's a whole bunch of different things that I like to say that, like, I believe a lot of the younger generations are doing better than the older people. So, like, respectfully, if y'all, like, want to have these conversations, it's cool, but don't place us inside the middle of it to take away from the accountability for y'all doing. If y'all feel certain ways about certain stuff, then that's y'all. You don't always gotta resort back to like, okay, well, this is going on. And I feel like it's the younger generation that's doing, because the dating, what triggered this is I heard the situations about dating and all this other stuff, and we're not just dating online. We're dating in real times. Men, younger men are not scared to like approach women. We're approaching multiple women all the time.
Well, you shouldn't be approaching anybody because you're married. But hold on, I know you hear my voice, and I need to jump in for 2 seconds. El, Vero, Liz, MG, I got a boogie. You guys want to keep it open?
I am getting ready to go back out fishing, so I'm going to be done for the evening. But
Liz,
you have a good night, JB.
I have nothing to say to these young people who know everything. Good luck.
Good luck.
Holler at me when you.
No, I got one thing to say.
Wait, hold on, Alan.
Oh my God.
Vero, did you want to run the room? Because I'm bailing.
I'll run the room for a bit until it dies out, but I just want to quickly say, like, Alan, have no beef with you, but you are way older, just way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to relate at all to these kids, not kids, but to these young adults even.
Vero, do me a favor, when you leave, shut the room. And I'm just gonna say this real quick, then I'm gonna bail because I gotta take my dog out. But these entitled, know-it-all brats who have no fucking gratitude in their hearts. Now listen, if it don't apply, let it fly. Listen, let me speak, and then you guys can say whatever you want. Because I'm not even gaslighting. I'm keeping it real. This whole attitude of, this young man, and I like Mr. Make Him Viral, even though he gaslights me sometimes. He's saying, we date him really. Bro, you're married. You shouldn't be dating. You're spoken for already. Leave it alone. But let me tell you something. One day, I wish I had recordings on that you could listen to 20 years from now, and you're like, damn, I sounded like a total asshole there.
Or, damn, they're still fucking stupid.
Okay. Thank you, MG. XG. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the conversation. Stay safe. Be well. And be nice to each other. And, yeah, everybody in this room is invited to mine and Elle's wedding. Goodbye.
Wait, hold up. It's always the young generation knows it all, but any disagreement with the older generation that's not adhering to your viewpoint is all of a sudden entitlement.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, well, I guess JD already left, but what he was saying, I'm trying to say about the relationships. No, I'm just saying that if y'all have problems inside y'all relationships, make it work between y'all and y'all work it out and y'all talk about why you guys are having these problems. Don't throw the young generation side there as like collateral for you guys to finally agree that like on some shit and y'all blame it on us. Like, we don't have shit to do with y'all relationship.
Thank you for the advice. I appreciate it.
You are to blame. No, hold on 1 second. Oh, is that Vero? Sorry.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I haven't spoken yet, so I just want to chime in and say, there is some validity to what you're saying, Mr. Make or Make. I'm not really too sure, but I will say it's a little validity to it because I do remember recently reading an article in the New York Times. I'm a millennial. I'm 38 years old right now. I am married, no children. And I recently read an article about more women in their 40s, are having kids
more than kids in high school having kids, which I was like, wow, fuck yeah, I love this. This is fabulous. You know, one is to stick it to the men about saying we're too old to have kids. Because a lot of women in their 40s having kids, even in their 30s. But also the kids aren't having kids anymore in high school, which I think that's fabulous. And I think we should give these, give the kids in high school some credit. At least, and that's coming with this new generation.
Wait, why are we giving them? Wait, 1 second, Adams. Why are we giving them? Why are we giving them credit? Like that's giving credit like a fish for swimming. For doing what you're supposed to do, and that's part of the reason why they developed.
I get that.
Vero, this is part of the reason why they developed that entitlement.
I can understand that, but what Mr. Make was saying had some validity to it, and I think that's all I was giving them credit for. But I think y'all getting your underwear in a twist about it is also unnecessary.
So let me just say this, okay? Generation Z and millennials have bled the baby boomers dry, okay? Absolutely dry. The demands as far as consumerism, the demands as far as entitlement, the demands as far as the parental shaming culture that generation engaged in is absolutely unforgivable. It is absolutely unforgivable, okay? Generation Z is the most privileged fucking subset of humans that have ever walked this earth. Have ever walked this earth. Like, let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in for a second. My dad's brothers were born during the Depression. Okay?
Why are you cutting
My dad's brothers were born during the Depression.
They were born during the Depression.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on. I just wanted to say, having raised people in this generation, I'm going to say, this generation actually has been through some shit. If you want to really break it down, they have been through some shit.
What?
And in their formative years. So I don't want to, like, COVID actually fucked up some kids. I watched my own kids persevere through some serious bullshit. And no, it's not World War II. But I'm going to say, in my growing up years, we lived in a relatively peaceful time in the world.
It wasn't the breadlines, Al.
Life was different. Life was different. I didn't have to contend with the shit that even my children, I looked at what my kids had to deal with. Bullying online, COVID, all this, I never had to deal with any of that. Every move I made being filmed by somebody, I never lived through that. I had an innocent childhood. I didn't have to worry about a camera being in my face, no matter what I did.
Yeah.
There is some stress that comes with this. But that being said, I also feel like my kids through that are more resilient. I think they're more resilient. Now, if I wanted to pick on a generation, I would pick it on the millennials a little bit. I'm just saying. But we all have our shit. I think each generation we could look at and we all have our shit. That has been my point. We all have things. We can look at boomers. We can lay some things at the feet of boomers. I mean, we all have shit.
I disagree. Elle did not provide evidence. Elle just talked about how she felt about her personal situation. What the gentleman was talking about nationwide. So there was no evidence, but if you just want to interrupt just to force people to agree with you, then that's how we'll do it.
Did you actually have to have a conversation with your great grandparents?
She said,
well, I got
No. I wanted to answer the question because there is an environmental difference.
Brought forth any evidence.
There is an environmental difference of somebody that did not actually hear firsthand because you won't shut the fuck up. And this is part of the entitlement from your generation.
The same guy keeps interrupting everybody and won't let anybody speak other than him.
I know it's that time
I got some facts that I can bring to the room. It's very simple. Are you healthy, relatively speaking? Are you over the age of 21? Can you move your feet and your arms, and do you have eyesight? Congratulations. You're now an adult. Your parents have done their job. Whatever accountability you think they should or should not have taken, they raised you to adulthood. You are legally, morally, and developmentally now an adult human. You get to make your own mistakes. You get to make your own decisions.
And the
whatever
sky is
your
fucking blue.
parents
Thank you for stating the
did
obvious.
or yes, whatever your parents did or did not do, they're done. You can't hold them accountable.
Move on.
For anything.
Alan, I'm agreeing with you in saying that. They need to move on.
that claim.
Yeah,
No
all
one's made
right.
that
So
claim.
hold on.
The young guy
Now-
here has said he's doing
now,
well for himself.
comma,
So what are you talking
comma,
about?
Because here's the problem. A lot of the older people all you're gonna do is do the fucking obvious.
not
You've done the entire
done, not
fucking room.
done.
You still
not
not
done.
done?
Head and land your
Comma.
plan.
All right, guys.
Why don't you take some
I
notes
feel-
and why don't you
You
listen?
speak out more than
Why
fucking
don't
one
you
word
listen
a
to the
minute?
wisdom that this man is giving?
Hello, what's going on here?
Yeah,
What's going on?
comma.
Alan doesn't want us to have the conversation. That's the point.
Just let Alan finish, and then we'll move
because the
forward.
thing
After
is-
Alan's finished.
Everybody go
Okay,
get
go
your
ahead.
snacks.
This is a long-winded way of saying don't have
I
a conversation.
understand.
Yeah,
Just
no.
let Alan finish and get off his chest, and then we'll move forward.
Thank you,
Honestly.
Vero. By the way, I'm going through this with my own Vero, so I'm in the middle of this. Comma. Now, if you would like some advice on how to manage your adulthood, fine. Then leave us alone, because guess what? We had a conversation with you for 21 years. We're done. We don't have to have a conversation. You're gonna make your own
Alan, hurry up and
mistakes.
land.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We don't have to have a conversations. We're the adults. We're done talking. Good luck. Have a good life.
Okay, so yeah.
It sounds like you're projecting whatever issues you're having in your life onto.
First of all, some of you young 20-something-year-olds are still
Dr.
taking
Adams,
money
I'm
from
not
your
done
parents.
talking, sir,
Okay,
so I
some of
don't know
us,
why
the
you're
older
speaking
people on the
over
stage, are supporting their parents. Okay, so when you can leverage managing a household like that, then you can actually have a stake in this argument. You just became an adult yesterday, and you want to tell everybody on
You
stage.
don't even know how old I am, so you
Let's go. Okay, everybody. We're gonna keep this like a nice, smooth running
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Lil,
say.
you were.
I would
I know
like to
Lil-
finish what I was
Hello?
saying.
Man, y'all
Hi,
look
Mr.
an
May.
emotional
We're
group.
gonna go ahead. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and let Lil finish what she was saying. Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My thing is this is kind of like the point that we're making. Like, understood that, you know, you're having issues with whatever kids or whatever generation that you're having issues with. However, the way that you feel is not the way that everybody feels. Mind you, I was raised by my grandparents and then later on had my parents in my life. So I know that for a fact that just because I reached the age of 21 does not mean that I cannot go to them and ask them for advice or ask them for help. However, what I'm not going to sit here and do is going to excuse the failures that they had, and not because, you know, that they didn't try, but they're human beings. They had failures as individuals growing up. So now that we know more, we're not going to sit here and act like a lot of people are, or not even a lot of people, especially our younger people, are not in therapy because of the lives that they had to grow up with. So let's not sit here and be like, oh, well, young people are entitled and this, and this, and da-da-da, because y'all literally traumatized a whole generation. And then now it's, oh, fuck us because because we're like, no, like, that's not okay.
Oh, here we go with this
What kind
bullshit.
of mess is that?
Please, my dad was getting beat with a fucking switch.
cares?
You think that any of the laws would support that shit in 2025? Y'all are fucking coddled.
Can I speak? 'Cause I don't know. Y'all just love romanticizing your trauma.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just wanna say-
And that's kind of the point
You
that
back off the mic again. They gave you the floor, and now you back off the mic.
Yeah, he sound like he upset, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of mad at myself for even bringing this up, because I realized I noticed it, but all out speaking on like relationship stuff, like I kept hearing older people what I call deflecting and like trying to place all their issues on why they're not like making their relationship work on like I'm going to say what could be their kids or the younger generation, and it's just like that's not why you guys are emotionally unstable people and like fucking up with each other. You feel me? Like this conversation, are women more masculine today or men soft? Like that's not the reason. We're not the reason.
Emotionally unstable. You get refused a prom date in your generation, and y'all run up into a school with a machine gun. What the fuck are you talking about?
Adams, be quiet.
Every time that he cut me off or cut somebody else off as an old, yeah, I forgot what generation he said he was from. He's proving my point. Like, sir, you this is not us, and who keep muting me? Like, which one of these mods keep muting?
Listen, I'm gonna mute you all again. I'm gonna boom the room. I'm gonna say this one time. I came back in. Shut up. One mic at a time. I'm not babysitting. So if we can't have a decent conversation, we'll just end the room. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna say it again. Take turns. Quit yelling over each other. It's stupid.
Respectfully, though, we're not your children, so
I don't give two
keep saying
fucks.
shut up.
You see how she wants to
You act like children. You
Hell,
act like
We're not
children.
your kids. Like, respectfully.
Hell, let me have a moment.
I'm not gonna sit here and say fuck you, shut up, and all that because I respect
No, L, don't boom the room.
So respectfully.
Give me the green. I mod very well.
That's it.
It's been a nice
Like,
You see how this lady? You see how she's trying to help?
Kind of emotional state you're in a situation like that with two guys and your girl. You know what we ask of a person in those kind of situations doesn't seem to be very reasonable. I think him punching dude is reasonable. I don't see what's unreasonable about that, and that is the standard that the reasonable man standard is what's taken up in courts. Two guys, and I don't see how they could have called him unreasonable. And one of him and his girlfriend. I don't see, so, him being conflicted, I can understand it because you don't want your son to get charged, but that doesn't mean that, it'd be different if he just went at the guys, without being provoked and he was just bullying the guys or whatever. But that wasn't the situation. And unfortunately, our justice system can't adjudicate things fairly every single time. So I personally don't see any problem with it.
Yeah, well, we can move on because he's not here, and unless other people wanted to comment on it. Any other conflict resolution?
I'll share mine a little bit, and I'll try to keep it short. I'm a little bit, I agree with B about what he just described. But I think it's always difficult. I think the big problem is trying to get to, what's the reason for having the argument or fight with people. I'm more careful online than I am probably than anything else, frankly, because two reasons. I usually spend a lot of time online going back and forth with clients and people and talking. And when you're online, you can't tell why someone has responded. I mean, you can tell you can tell a response, but you can't tell what might be the trigger for it. I had a friend of mine, this happened a couple of years ago. He mistook something I said to his wife online and got really upset with me. And this was like, we were really growing up, childhood friends, everything else. What was irrational about it was, and I'm not dogging him for saying it, but what was weird was that I had never met his family. We knew each other when we were kids, and he somehow mistook any liking towards her post and a DM I sent. And it wasn't one of those weird DMs trying to be flippant or flirty. It was say, hey, if you're a business owner, I'd like to keep in support with you. And he misread that somehow. I couldn't get him to calm down for 15 minutes. He kept sending a whole bunch of DMs. I finally had to block him. And but the good part of the story was he came out about maybe a day later, and he got through me through his brother and said, "Hey, I'm sorry. I just did think that I misread something." And I didn't press him about it. For me, conflict resolution is like if you say you're sorry about something. I try not to make people feel too guilty about what it is, even if I'm curious on it. I still don't know what triggered it. But I just told him, I said, you know me for a long time. I helped you on resumes and stuff, in the past. I wouldn't harm you like that. And just left it at that. And sometimes you just have to be, I think for conflict resolution, there's going to be times where you don't get a sense of why the person is attacking. You just have to be as simple as to say, hey, this is not, I'm not going to go down that route with you. And I know sometimes people think, being online is not as big of a deal as in person. I kind of agree to a point. But sometimes people start things online and try to carry that out in the real world. And I tend to be a little cautious about, people being a little, over violent, overdone for something that probably just did need some better clarification just to get done with it. so I try not to try. So my end of it, I just try to be very careful. And when I do talk to people about it, I just, I'm more interested in the resolution and more interested in trying to understand what's happened. But I try not to embarrass people online ever. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope that helps.
That was
I
nice.
like the comment.
My phone actually died on me. I didn't realize I've been on the app that long.
Hey,
Go
Gemini.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, if you're not finished, Pierre, I can wait till after you're done.
No, I was going to say very simply, Gemini. I appreciate your story and appreciate how you felt with your son. Sometimes it's still no one expects 2 guys to come out with work to attack your girlfriend, and it's all right to feel. Just want you to know the support, and it's okay to feel that sort of conflict because you don't want your son getting in trouble with the law for any reason, but at the same time sometimes you need to do what you got to do. And that's what your son was trying to do. So I hope this is support for you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate your input.
So I was just gonna say to what Jim and I described, when you're talking about like a threat of physical violence, and also too like the young man's mental health, like for his son, because some things sometimes inaction can live with you in your mind for years. So the fact that it was worth essentially getting that charge for him, I believe that it was. But that's also, like I said, it's a threat of physical violence. It's something that's in your face. When we're on Clubhouse or when you're like speaking to someone, even face to face, if it's an argument, sometimes in my opinion, it's best to try to think about the other person's perspective. Because just understand that everybody's point makes sense to them, whether it makes sense to you or not. Literally, everybody's point makes sense to them. First Lady's PTR is very interesting. I've never seen that before, but it literally just speaks to the fact that everybody has their own perspective. And so just understand that when we get into these things on Clubhouse, because I hear it all the time. So when people crash out or you get upset with someone on Clubhouse, I guess what I would recommend is maybe taking a beat, trying to think about where the person's coming from, maybe listening to try to understand. But ultimately, unless somebody is going to hurt you, I don't really necessarily understand the need to go off on an app. Like we talk all the time. I've never seen any of you in person. None of us are in physical proximity. We're not in anybody's space. It's just an app to where we're communicating over the app. So to me, there's nothing on this app that should make anybody escalate to the point of like just losing their shit. In my opinion, but again, I'm older than some of y'all, and I've had different experiences. I've done stuff, I guess, to where I've made mistakes. I've learned this over time that sometimes winning a battle, it's great in the moment, but then it's like you end up suffering over time for like you might get a short-term win and a long-term loss. And another thing that I'll just throw out here too, and again, I'm a land, but when you do something, if somebody does something to you that you feel like you are aggrieved, somebody has done something and you feel like you're offended, a lot of times with the guys that I hear on here, because they have like these guys that I will call y'all alphas and put y'all into that category, but somebody would throw a grenade and you'll drop a nuclear bomb and just obliterate the stage and the person and all of that. When you do that, sometimes it's been my experience that you end up feeling worse after you do that than had you just dealt with it in a different manner. Sometimes, like, you might beat somebody's ass or like physically or like, or just in this like clubhouse or beat somebody down. But again, sometimes like that can make you feel worse for obliterating somebody or using something that just, you might need a fly swatter instead of like a bazooka to basically like kill the fly. And I don't know if I'm making any sense or not, but I just want to come up to say that.
You're making a lot of sense, man. Go ahead, somebody's about to talk.
I'm not trying to get in y'all conversation, but y'all go ahead and I don't know how much longer y'all are gonna be, but Lisa's about to open her.
Whenever y'all about to open, then I'm.
I think Dap wanted y'all to keep the room, but we're gonna go ahead and just so we want to still support y'all, but she's about to open her room, her space.
I'm ready to go.
This room is already going longer than
hold on. So no, because Gemini wasn't in here and then all the men were talking, and that's why I wanted to keep the room open. So since Lisa's gonna open her room, and then do any other men that's on here want to speak, that's on the platform, that's not in the goo, want to talk and say anything else? So I'm gonna take that as a no. So being that nobody else wants to speak that's a male, we definitely gonna be going to Lisa's room that she's gonna open.
at the top. Simple.
Yeah, I was just saying it like that because like even with me and Lady and Mel, when we have our space, and Lisa knows this, sometimes when we had other people that were our mods, they wanted to keep the room. We used to let them keep the room. So that's all. Just so y'all can keep the room if y'all wanted to keep it going, because there might be some males that wanted to.
It was already
Definitely, we on the same page, buddy.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a few hours. The room was supposed to be 2 to 3 hours. We are now at 4, so we was already past where we were going with it anyway. That's not a problem.
All right, Lisa.
Okay, and Big Brother, you have to call me before I open up my room. It's a 911 this time. I just call me, please, and then I'll open up the room. Give us like 5 minutes maximum. I'm not gonna keep him long.
Who's the Big Brother now? Where's Station?
Be quiet. Always. See, that's why you shouldn't ever have a sister wife. They're in all your business.
No,
like,
girl. Listen, Gemini's approved. That's all. He got the platinum, double platinum gold.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you later on, sister wife. But anyway,
you do.
No, we not doing that. You can talk to her right here, right now.
No, this is personal private.
No,
she can't.
No.
Yes, he can.
No, I have to. Right? Can you, Gemini, just give me a quick call? That's all I ask, and then I will open up the room. As a matter of fact, I'll open it up, and you guys can start it off, and then I can talk to Gemini, and we can both drop in, so you guys won't be saying, "Look what she did."
Yeah, because it's here on IS.
I'm not. I swear to God. So let me open up now. Does anybody want to come pull the link? I'll open it up, and then we can pull the link, and y'all can play a couple of tunes while I talk to.
Yeah, I'll go over there.
DJ Patty G, gonna hook it up.
Somebody want DJ
Patty G. Okay, all right. So let me
Last
open
name
up.
JD.
Oh shit! I can't do this. I cannot live under these conditions.
This light skin
Oh my! I know, right?
I'm playing. Let me stop playing. No, I'm not playing.
She is not playing.
No, she's not playing.
About playing. You ain't playing.
No, she ain't playing, because even my never mind. I'll tell this to Patty in the back channel. But anyway, go ahead, y'all, and let me open it up now. DJ Patty JD can get on the music.
DJ Patty JD is crazy.
I know, isn't it? I mean, I'm over here just teasing the death over here. Okay, so bye-bye. I'll go and do it now. DJ Patty JD.
Sure.